And now arrives episode 121 of the FlameFlash.net podcast. Welcome aboard! Second episode in the new home. I'm still definitely and obviously settling into routines and whatnot, especially when various family things lightly get in the way of being able to tackle on the usual Thursday night. If this keeps up, we're going to reschedule and try to do it on a different night instead, like Sunday. But hopefully not. Hopefully we will get back on track real soon. Just have to get back into the habit after that month hiatus. Now, Raptor Report. Luigi's Mansion shows up. Jetpack Joyride. Rayman Origins on the Vita. It feels so nice on the Vita. I love playing with the kids. I enjoy playing games with the kids. But Rayman Origins with the kids is a disaster. Kind of like, like playing new Luigi U with a toddler and the gamepad going, oh, I'm just going to screw the parents up. Yeah. Hearthstone. Played that a little bit. A little less than when it's showing up on the Raptor Report because I got distracted. We have Hulu Plus at this point. Not an affiliate. And was enjoying making use of that as well. So kind of multitasking. Hearthstone definitely lost out on that one. Wii Fit shows up naturally. I am so thankful Wii Fit U comes out next month. Very thankful. And WoW returns to the top seat. Now, that was 2 Thursdays ago. Oops. Yeah, 120 kind of set things back weirdly, and then now 121. For instance, I actually played some Super Mario Brothers. You know, the original on the Wii U. That gamepad is nice, but honestly, I find myself looking down at the gamepad instead of up at the TV. I have to, oh yeah, it's up there too. I have to kind of remind myself and force myself to look up. Awesome Nuts shows up. Was having a great game with the oldest, and then the server lost host connection. And they couldn't reestablish a new host. And probably timed it right anyway because, well, time for the kids to all get to bed. But it was unfortunate that we couldn't finish that game. It was definitely neck and neck, nice and close. Our team was in their base, their team was in our base. It was still anybody's game. Sims 3. This was another one that kind of suffered from me attempting to multitask. Sims 3 isn't a game you multitask with because somebody catches on fire inevitably. Just, something's burned, something catches fire. Noticed a few bugs transitioning, loaded up an old family, and transitioning between expansions. For instance, the food went sour in the fridge, but the fridge doesn't report that it's sour. Only when you put it out on the counter or your sim goes to get it, does it turn bad and spoiled. So that was strange. A couple of sims got a very rude surprise until I realized what was going on. Very rude. And last but not least, World of Warcraft shows up. Hallow's End has cropped back up in the swing of things. I believe we've already capped out the guild's 5-7 dungeon run for the week. So go us. huzzah to the defenders of Zangarmarsh. Yeah, I've transferred pretty much all my characters into my wife's guild. I've said heck with it. Any regular guild I end up in, inevitably I manage to kill. It's just I was made one of the assistant GMs of one of the guilds, and it just slowly died away. Recently became an officer of a different guild, and it slowly died away. I don't get it. I really don't. So, heck with guild stuff. My family, I mostly play with my family, and we're just going to go. We're going to get this guild to level 25, and then maybe I'll look around and I'll still then have a level 25 guild to fall back on if nobody wants to raid or run anything. Rather run it with my family if I have the option, you know? And thanks to Timeless Isle, I am now an Uber tank. So that works. That works quite nicely. What about non-Raptor Report, however? A lot less content built up since we're not a month out. World of Warcraft is revamping the Refer a Friend system, for instance. Now, in so doing, they've taken it offline for a little while, which that's okay. We've got 2 licenses out in the garage waiting to be activated. Perhaps over the kids' Christmas break we'll activate them. One reason we're holding off, we have budgeted to support 4 WoW accounts, but we only have 3 computers that reliably and can comfortably play WoW. So with the next tax return, cross our fingers, we'll get another computer, replace the one that can't reliably do that kind of thing anymore, and then we'll be up to 4. And then we can delve in deeper. The 5-year-old, for instance, was having a blast running around on his big brother's Worgen. Just, that running wild where he's running on all 4s. Running around Stormwind. I recall his older brother receiving his warrior at about 5 and going out and killing wolves. And grinding wolves. Grinding a few more wolves. Oh, there's a bear! And more wolves. And then a kobold or 2. Then he gets lost, wanders into an area that's way too over his level, and gets killed by a wolf. Yeah. It's amazing, actually, thinking about that, because now he's a level cap character, ran the Headless Horseman, is eager to get the Hallowed title, so I'll probably help him with that next weekend a little bit. He just needs the trick-or-treating at all of either Kalimdor or all of Eastern Kingdoms. I forget which one. And then Outland, of course. But Outland's easy to do once you have the main part of Azeroth done. Pandaria, however, also has the candy buckets. So I will probably take my main, who already has the title, and just go get the candy buckets for the, achievement. Because I'm like that. The base game now includes Cataclysm. I mentioned those 2 licenses out in the garage. Yeah, one of them goes all the way to Pandaria, and the other was just by itself, fortunately. So now the box of Wrath of the Lich King and the box of Cataclysm, I guess we could actually just use it for, football punting practice or something, because they're totally useless. Yay! Fortunately, we got them during sales, so all in all, now it's as though we paid full price for one of the licenses instead of $5. But eagerly awaiting the Refer a Friend program, the new Refer a Friend program. Blizzard has announced that Heroes of the Storm is their new name for Blizzard All-Stars. So we have absolutely no idea what the crap they're doing for the next expansion. But there's like 2.5 hours dedicated to it at BlizzCon. So I already put all of the BlizzCon events on my calendar. We got the virtual ticket. I took the day off. We're going to just HDMI port to the TV from one of the computers or from one of the laptops and just go and order pizza and enjoy, because geek is. Wii U has approved, and Nintendo has approved cross-platform play. Somebody check the weather forecast in hell for a moment? I think it may have frozen over. Seriously. I remember Dungeon Defenders wanting to do this, wanting to go cross-platform so an Xbox player could play with a PS3 player, with an iPad player, with an Android player, with a computer player. Just one big happy mess of things. And it didn't come through. Partially because Sony and Microsoft like to charge developers for every update, and partially because they just couldn't get around some of the technical hurdles. Well, Nintendo has removed their policy hurdle from the equation. I think it's some chess game that's going to be the first one, some indie developed chess game. So you can be playing chess from a online matchmaking pool of iOS, Android, Wii U, potentially PS4. Computer. Holy crap. Yes, it's just chess, but this is a precedent. And it's a good precedent for the family, for gamers. Oddly enough, speaking of licensing and whatnot, Yoshi's Cookie has left the Virtual Console. So they tossed Yoshi's Cookie. Let's not give Yoshi any more cookies then, okay? That's quite the mess to clean up. Seen how much he's capable of eating all at once? Now, fortunately for me, not much of a loss. Not much of a loss at all. Because I have Yoshi's Cookie in a Funko Land sleeve, no less. Yeah, formerly, or now known as GameStop, Funko Land. So, I'm not worried. We have the original. We have it in cartridge form. But it's one of the, it's a heck of a lot better than just straight Yoshi puzzle game. So it's a shame that that was the one that had to go. I guess it was developed by some other group, and so licensing garbage, and oh well. What's a shame, though, is that means that anybody who transferred Yoshi's Cookie to their Wii U will never probably see it upgraded to the Wii U's Virtual Console and the Mii community and be able to play it on their gamepads properly, that kind of thing, which is a shame. 3DS, Hulu Plus is now available on the itty bitty screen. Now, oh look, somebody left Princess Peach running. But I don't know. Maybe everybody out there, for the most part, who's going to care, has the 3DS XL. But I like the old style size of the 3DS. It fits in my pocket. Barely, but it fits. So I can carry it with me and get my street passes. and get all the street passes. Nintendo. IGN, by the way, has a neat little interactive, partially, Mario History 101. Oddly enough, it's missing Wrecking Crew and Golf and Dr. Mario. Okay, it's missing quite a bit, but it's a neat, quick, dirty primer. So it's something to go check out. It's on the show notes. I guess it was related to a contest at Wells as well that's now expired, but the information that they share is what I enjoyed. So, venturing from Nintendo, how about the PlayStation 4? We already knew Watch Dogs was delayed. One of the launch titles. It's going to be released on multiple systems, but that's why it wasn't that big of a deal. It's delayed over everybody. But Drive Club has been delayed. That was going to be the launch title racer to get everybody getting social, taking advantage of all of the Twitch TV stuff, or Ustream stuff. I can't remember which. I think it's Ustream for PS4 and Twitch for Xbox, now that I think about it. But, oh well. We're not going to be grabbing a PS4 initially anyway, just because of price. The hidden costs of, say, 3 additional controllers? Yeah, there's that. And the camera? I like that camera. I'd like to have that camera. Otherwise, you've just got a light, a glowy little light on your controller. I want to take full advantage of the PS4. So price, holding me back. When you participate in New York Comic Con, you don't tweet about the Comic Con. The Comic Con tweets you. Yeah. So, those going to the New York Comic Con, grab the app to see the schedule and whatnot, I would assume. The app asks for permission to log in using your Twitter account rather than register at the Comic Con's servers and whatnot. It's like, sure. Lots of people are using either Facebook or their Google accounts or their Twitter accounts to log into different sites, get access, but not actually set up a brand new account. It's a neat little API login thing. Redflare, for instance, has a fake Facebook account that she uses for these situations because she doesn't want all of her real information being accessed. It's actually a really good idea that folks should use. But in this case, New York Comic Con, in the fine print, says, we can tweet as you. And did. Oops. Yeah, even Redflare's making a face, and she doesn't like Twitter that much. Either that or it's because she's heavily pregnant. I'm not sure which. The first, okay. So she's disgusted with New York Comic Con as well. Finally, here's kind of a weird one. A McDonald's employee who is still employed with McDonald's was arrested during a company speech. She stands up and interrupts the president or some big shot that's talking and complains about wages. And she's arrested. Now, I tried to glean on what charges or anything like that, but it definitely reeks of that whole Gestapo danger. I mean, a private event, Being asked to leave is one thing. Being escorted out is one thing. Being arrested, that's taking it to the next level. I'm glad that we try not to eat at McDonald's. I'd rather avoid it more, but maybe we will. It'd be nice. There are not many, well, there aren't any good alternatives. Of course, McDonald's isn't a good alternative either. Well, I am Flame Flash. This was a more traditional episode of 121. Now, if we could just get, on the right day, that would be nice. Lighting's kind of weird in here, but we'll get used to that too, or figure something else out. I am Flame Flash, and thank you for joining me for episode 121.